Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope you're all doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to play pentatonic runs and sequences in the style of Joe Bonamassa. So I'm going to start by first demonstrating a pentatonic run that I've come up with myself. It's not something that I have transcribed directly from any of Joe Bonamassa's recordings, although I have been listening to him for many years now, so it is very much inspired by his playing style. After I have demonstrated the pentatonic run, I'm going to break down for you the four main elements that make up the pentatonic run, and these are things that you can apply to your own playing to come up with pentatonic runs and sequences of your own. Okay, so here is the lick. I'm going to play it to speed first, and then after that I'll slow it way down and put the tab on screen so that you can follow along at home. Okay, so the first element of that pentatonic sequence that I want to talk about is the use of different subdivisions. So this is what Joe Bonamassa does when you hear him play a lick that sounds like it's snowballing and getting faster and faster and faster. What's happening is the tempo of the track remains the same the whole time. But what he's doing with his licks are he's starting with a certain subdivision, say 16th notes, for example. Then he might move up to 16th note triplets and then up to 32nd notes. And that's what gives the lick that sort of snowball effect where more and more notes are getting crammed into the bar. And to the untrained ear, this might sound like he's just randomly speeding up and slowing down whenever he pleases. But if you really listen to his recordings, what is happening is he's making use of different subdivisions. And at this stage in his playing, it's probably not something that he consciously thinks about anymore. It's probably just something he does naturally. But like I said, if you listen to the recordings, that's what he's doing. So as an example of that, let's look at the first bar of that pentatonic run. So the first four notes there are 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right after that, we have 16th note triplets, so we're moving up a subdivision. So that bit right there, those are 16th note triplets. So far we've had 16th notes, 16th note triplets. Then after that, we have a really long 32nd note run. So altogether, that sounds like. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that what I'm doing there is not just randomly, choosing to speed up the notes. I'm actually moving carefully through different subdivisions. So I'm starting at 16th notes, moving up to 16th note triplets and finishing with 32nd notes. That's not necessarily the order that you'll hear Joe Bonamassa do it in all the time. That's just one example. The next element I want to talk about is the use of sequences of notes in odd note groupings. So in 5 and in 7, as well as 4 and 6, but the odd note groupings in groups of 5 and 7 really help to make licks stand out and sound different. This is something that he almost definitely got from Eric Johnson. It's no secret that Eric Johnson was a huge influence on Joe's playing, and Eric Johnson would play, note groupings of 5 and 7 all the time. So let's take a listen to that. Here is what 5s can sound like. In fact, I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I slow that down and count along, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the lick that I demonstrated at the start of the video, towards the end, or in fact at the very end, there are 2 groupings of 5. Now let's look at 7s. So here's an example of 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So slow that way down and count along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost ran out of breath there. And in the lick that I demonstrated, there is one instance of a 7-note grouping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so sequences of odd note groupings like 5 and 7 can really help to make your pentatonic runs sound interesting, along with groups of 4 and 6. The next element is adding in the 9th interval from the natural minor scale. So most of Joe's runs are minor pentatonic based, so, you know. But what he'll do a lot of the time is add in this note here. And what that is the natural 9th interval found in the natural minor scale. So if you want to know more about 9th intervals, go and watch the video that I made on Stevie Ray Vaughan. I talk a bit about compound intervals in that video. If you want a really comprehensive overview of intervals and things like the minor pentatonic scale, the natural minor scale, major pentatonic scale, how to play all of them all over the neck and actually improvise with them, as well as a bunch of other fundamental theory topics that you can actually apply to your playing, check the link in the description. I have 50% coupons available for my online guitar course, Bulletproof Guitar Player. Just recently hit 2,000 students across 79 countries. I'm very happy to say that. So if you are one of the people that have already purchased the course, thank you so much. Anyway, moving on, the final element that I want to talk about is the use of repeating patterns in licks. So sometimes you'll hear Joe play things like this. So what's happening there is he's taking a part of the pentatonic sequence and just exploiting that and really just repeating it as many times as he pleases. So that happens briefly in the lick that I demonstrate. So it happens here after the... So I'm basically just taking this and repeating it 3 times, or repeating it 2 times after the original. And then carrying on with the rest of the lick. So you can add that into your pentatonic sequences as well. Just take a specific, group of, 3 or 4 notes, however many you choose, and just repeat them over and over again until you want to carry on with the rest of the sequence. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 4 main elements, in my opinion anyway, that really define Joe Bonamassa's signature sound when it comes to his never-ending pentatonic sequences and runs. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you did, please leave a comment below and give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe for more if you want to see more content like this in the future and never miss any of my uploads. And on that note, who do you guys want me to talk about in a video next? Just leave a suggestion below and I'll check all of them out. And if you see someone who's commented with what would be your suggestion, just go ahead, give their comment a thumbs up, so that I can see who the most in-demand players are, and I'll do my best to do videos on them as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.